everyone, it's Nate here from PassportParents.com and welcome to this installment of Passport Parents TV. We're going to be starting a new series for this episode called the Haps in Apps. This is going to be our first installment of this series. We're going to review some apps that we have found during December 2012 that are handy for travelers, especially for families, and we may even throw in a few that are helpful for travel bloggers as well. So we thought, what better way to kick off the new year than to include our first installment of this series with apps that we have found that we thought were pretty interesting in December 2012. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first app for today's episode. All right, the first app that we have for you this month is called Discovery. This little app reminds me of Paper, which is a neat little application for sketching and journaling, and it allows you to save your thoughts and ideas and drawings into these cool little notebooks. And that's what Discovery does. Basically, you set up notebooks for cities. Then within those notebooks, you can collect hotels, restaurants, attractions, things that you want to see later on the go. You can collect those within your notebook for a specific city. So you set up a notebook for a city. You can actually change the cover image if you want to make it, a little fancier. You can dress it up. But once you go into the notebook for a city, you'll see that we have 24 places that we've saved in Bangkok. We actually scan for these online. I'll show you in just a moment in the web browser how you can save things to Discovery that are synced up to your iPhone later for use on the go. But once you've saved places to Discovery from your web browser, you can access them in these little notebooks. When you go into the city notebook, you can pull down to find the local time and weather within that city. Then you can scan all of your saved places within a city, and you can see them here by category as well. So we've saved 8 hotels to Discovery for Bangkok. We can actually go into those later and pull each of them up individually. We can see the photo that we saved online. We can see it on a map. We can see the website, directions. We can add it to our contacts if we want to. Say we want to call to make a reservation. And we can also see the source at the bottom where we saved that online. If we want to bookmark things that we're really interested in finding later, we can simply push on the heart button in the upper right hand corner and save them to our favorites. But it's just a really neat way to gather all of your hotels, restaurants you want to check out, nightlife, attractions, places you want to shop. You can put those all into Discovery from your web browser, and then later, once you're actually in a city, you can go back and find all those places that you saved online. So let's just flip over to the web browser and see how the bookmarklet works. Okay, so when we installed Discovery on our iPhone, it gave us the option to come to our web browser. It gave us instructions for installing the bookmarklet, which you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner of my browser in the toolbar here. It was really simple to install, and again, the directions are right there when you put the app on your iPhone. But we've come across a page here on CNN Travel called the Insider Guide Best of Bangkok, and it just has a lot of great options in here for where to stay, what to do, what to eat. You can see it has all these categories here on the left-hand side. So there's just a lot of great information within this guide. So once we're in here, what we can do is actually just click on the little Discovery bookmarklet, and you'll see that it scans the page for all of the locations and it breaks them down for us. It knows what category they go into, whether they're restaurants, nightlife, shopping, etc. And we can add these places to Discovery. You can see that we've saved them there. So now when we go into the app, it's going to pull up all these locations that we found from this page. Now, while the Discovery bookmarklet can scan the page and add all of the locations that it finds in an article to your Discovery notebook, you can actually just simply add one place if you choose. So instead of scanning the entire page and adding all 24 of these locations, if there's just one from this article that we wanted to save to our notebook on Bangkok, let's say the Labua Hotel here, we can simply click on Add Place. We can highlight that, click Find Place, and it's going to pull it up here in the Discovery bookmarklet. You'll see it's got the name of the hotel, the city. We can even choose to drag a photo in there from the page if we want. We can select the category. That's a hotel, so it's going to go under sleep, and then you would just save that to your Discovery, your Bangkok notebook in Discovery. So it's going to sync up, and you're going to be able to find this hotel later within your iPhone, pull it up, get the phone number, get the website. So it's just a really, really neat app for organizing all of the places that you come across for a city that you want to check out later. Okay, next up on this month's list on the Haps and Apps is Flickr, and I have been a huge Instagram fan since the app was released, but some of you may know that they had a big snafu recently, and were planning to use uploaded photos from their users for advertising purposes without consent or permission, which they have subsequently backpedaled on, but it did create quite a flurry within their user community of just people defecting for other apps. And one of the benefactors of that outcry against their new terms of service has been Flickr, and Flickr has capitalized on that in a major way, and they have released just an outstanding new version of their app, which is syncs your photos up from your mobile device to your Flickr photo stream. And I've just been blown away with this app recently. We can actually see our photo stream once we log in. We can see our activity, the photos we've uploaded, change the view of the photos as we browse through them. You can actually view your videos in here as well. You can see we've got a video uploaded there. And the best part is we can obviously use this just like I used to use Instagram to upload photos directly to the web. But instead of it just going to Instagram and possibly being pushed out to Facebook or Twitter, now I'm using Flickr. And I can not only push these photos out through social media, but I can also save them to my Flickr photo stream, which is where we have been keeping all of our travel photos. So you can see we've got 911 photos currently here in the Passport Parents photo stream since we've been traveling. And it's just a really, really great app. What they've done is, let's just flip over to the picture screen here. We can actually upload new photos from our camera roll. So we can just grab a photo, and let's just show you some of the features here. They've added all these great new filters just like Instagram, but again, instead of these going to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, we can now just upload these directly to Flickr, get it done on the go. We used to spend so much time uploading photos from our camera to Flickr, and now instead of taking a photo on the iPhone, if that's what we're using, emailing it, downloading it, and then uploading it back to Flickr, we just use the app and go straight to the photo stream with our photos. So you can see we can apply cool filters here. We can add the title and description just like we would do online. We can use social sharing functions in here, so we can select Facebook if we wanted to push this photo out to Facebook. At the same time, we upload it to our Flickr photo stream. So it's just been a really, really fun app to use. And again, they have just killed it with these updates and are really, really starting to take away a lot of Instagram's market share in the social photo sharing space. An account is free. Obviously, there are restrictions with a free account with Flickr. I believe you have a certain cap on how many photos you can upload, photos and videos you can upload each month. But with the Pro account, which is something like $25 a year, you have unlimited storage with photos and videos on your Flickr photo stream. So it's just a really, really cool app to get your mobile photos up online, get them out there so other people can start taking a look at them, and then you don't have to come back to your computer and upload them from a camera later. So check out the free Flickr photo app for your mobile device as well. All right, so the last app we have for you in this episode of the Haps in Apps is going to be filed under Utilities. It's called Scanner Pro. There are quite a few of these out on the market, but this somewhat newly released version of Scanner Pro from Riedel has added Dropbox and Evernote sharing, which for me as a virtual business owner has proved to be really helpful as I use both of those services to store my documents online and share them with people like my business partners, an accountant. So for me to be able to scan documents straight from the iPhone, as I don't have a travel scanner, I can scan them in here, and with the Pro version of the scanner app from Riedel, I can not only store them on my Mac or PC via USB, but with the Pro version I also have the ability to email those PDFs or again back them up to Dropbox or Evernote. So if we go into the app, this also works with iCloud, I should mention, if you use that service. If we install the app and then go into the settings, you'll see we have the ability to authorize the app to connect to Dropbox and Evernote or Google Drive if you use that. I personally do not, but I can share documents directly to Dropbox or Evernote through the application. You'll see it's a pretty simple app. You've got the ability to either take a picture of a document, or if you have something that you've already taken a picture of on your phone, you can add that from your photo album or camera roll. But if we click on the button to take a photo, you can see we have a document here. I'll try to get this. Okay, so we've taken the photo there, and then it's going to allow us to actually select the borders of the document. You can see we just find borders, we drag those down. Okay, looks pretty good. We'll just go to next, and it's going to process that into a nice little PDF document that we can save. And then again, you can see at the bottom of the screen we have the ability to email that, send it to other services. We can store it to our camera roll, or it actually will just be stored within the documents area of the application itself. So you can see it's stored right there, and we can get back to it later. So it's just a really handy app to have if you are on the go, and not only for operating a business, but if you want to scan your travel receipts, or you need to make copies of your passports for backup, travel itinerary, things like that. You can scan them right in using your phone, and then either email those or store them in iCloud, Dropbox, or Evernote, and have access to them later. So it's a pretty handy little app to have when you're on the go. All right, and that's it for this episode of Passport Parents TV, our first installment of the Haps in Apps for December 2012. We thank you for watching. We'll include links to those apps, mobile apps, in the notes below the video here so that you can access them later. Again, we looked at Decovery, the new version of Flickr, and also Scanner Pro from Riedel. So we'll link out to those in the notes so that you can have access to those. And again, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Passport Parents TV. Take care.